Okay, so this is my pathfinding assignment. I'm basically just gonna go over what each example taught me or helped me realize about AIs using nav mesh. So with this first example, this was basically to get our player to move around the map with the ability to avoid the walls and not actually climb on top of the walls and walk on them while clicking. I wish I could demonstrate it, but I can't because for some reason the clicking on here for me doesn't work. But I'll show how we use it. We use this nav mesh right here to basically bake the floor and allow the character to move around to each spot that you click on the map without allowing the person or the player to, one, get on top of the walls and climb them, and two, just having the walls walkable. They're not in the way that we did use it. We kind of just had the player. We also made it to where the player wasn't something that gets baked as well. But the way we kind of did it was just excluding the walls from being one of the layers, uh, being one of the layers to be walkable, and just allowing it to be able to move and find its way around the map without it being interfered by the walls. For the second one, this one we was having it to where the actual obstacle moves and the player just avoids the obstacle as it's moving. Again, mine's for some reason doesn't work. I did the work, but whenever I press play, it just doesn't work for me. I don't know. I think this might have got reset. I'm not too sure because I just did it. Like you're gonna see the last ones, they work perfectly fine. But for some reason, these first few ones just doesn't want to work for me. But this one was basically just moving obstacles. It's the same thing as the walls, but the player just avoid the moving obstacles and making its way around them. For example, three, this one was generating actual world using nav mesh. The way we did it was pretty much the same. We just had it, they already had the code for us to generate the world. We just had to make it to where the player can just walk around the world freely whenever it gets generated. So it generates its own bake of the layer of the map and it generates its own walls to not make it climbable. And as soon as you press play, kind of just generates the world. Can't click for some reason, don't know why, but I can't. This fourth one, I kind of learned how to use the link method right here to cross over to different paths. So like basically jumping. This is kind of like your jumping animation in games. I believe this one actually will work for me. No, it will not. This one will not work for me either. This one will not work for me. But this is basically just being able to jump from different path, from different path to another, while using the link method instead of just like hovering over it. Kind of does like a little skip animation, which is really just the object teleporting over from one another. And we can make it to where if we go here, you can make it to where if you click this off, I believe if you click it off, the player goes over there, but it can't come back. And if you have it clicked on, you can just go back and forth to either platform. So for so it's just the last one that works for me. That's crazy. This one we just made it to where you can have animations when walking through the area while using the nav mesh. So we kind of just, if you plop into the game, the character has animation and can walk to each click point, but while also avoiding the walls, as you can see. So if I click right over here, it avoids going through the walls and then finds a path to get to where I click to. This kind of reminds me of Sims. This is exactly what this is. It's just Sims. So that's basically what I believe this is just what Sims use, the nav mesh mechanism to move around the map. But yeah, this example just showed us how we can have a humanoid just walk around using the animations and nav mesh. Just kind of make it simple for you to have the player just move around the map. But yeah, this is my pathfinding assignment. I found it very useful. I find it like crazy how useful nav mesh is. I was working on an assignment previously in another class where I had to build my own game, and if I would have known how simple nav mesh was when it came to avoiding objects and stuff like that, it would have helped me tremendously, I feel like. But now I got a better understanding of how I can use AI to move around the maps and have it to where it can interact with us all with other players as well.